Barakallahu feekum wa iyak. Can you give us some clarification about the statement of some of the people who say that the brothers at Maktabatul Salafiyya do not follow some of the scholars, such as Sheikh Abdul Muhsin Al-Abbad? Then where did they get that from? Exactly. Either they heard one of us say it, or shaitan whispered to them, or they whispered to shaitan. I don't know which way around. Those who claim that, هاتوا برهانكم إن كنتم صادقين. Bring your proof if you are truthful. Sheikh Abdul Muhsin Al-Abbad is from our ulama, and he is from the great scholars of this era. What these individuals mean is that you don't blindly follow him in his position, in the issue of Abu al-Hasan al-Ma'rabi and in the issue of Ali Hassan al-Halabi. That's what they mean. So since you don't take him in this position, therefore you do not respect him, and so on. So do we turn around and say you don't follow Shaykh Rabi'? Because 45 ulama, more than that, declared Al-Ma'rabi to be a mubtadi' nearly 10 years ago or more than 10 years ago. Then some of these straddlers who were hanging behind because they were waiting for Shaykh Abdul Muhsin, Hafidhahullah Ta'ala, they said no, because Shaykh Abdul Muhsin has not declared him to be deviant, we will not do so. Up until this Abu al-Hasan al-Ma'rabi, now what do they themselves say? Now they say, we realize now that he is a deviant. We realized a few years later that he started deviating. Did you get that from Shaykh Abdul Muhsin? No. Has Abdul Muhsin told you now that Abu al-Hasan is a deviant? No. Alright? This is the shaytaniyah of these people. They will hold on to they will grasp any straw that they believe will give them a lifeline. So they were now waiting for all these years for Shaykh Abdul Muhsin, Hafidhahullah, to speak against Ma'rabi. He didn't. But they themselves now are speaking against Ma'rabi. Why? Because Ma'rabi said, I will not remove, from the things that he says, is that I cannot, and I do not have it in me to remove Osama bin Laden from the ranks of Ahlul Sunnah. He's still Sunni. Because I haven't, because the proof hasn't been established against him. Right? And because of what he said regarding Egypt and uniting with Ikhwan and so on and so forth. And his inclusion of Ikhwan al-Muslimin in the ranks of Ahlul Sunnah and the Khawarij in the ranks of Ahlul Sunnah. So now some of them are beginning to say, who were defending Ma'rabi, they are saying, now, yeah, it's true, Ma'rabi does have errors with him. So what was Shaykh Rabi saying to you 12 years ago, 15 years ago? What did Shaykh Rabi say to you then? And you reviled Shaykh Rabi'. And you said, we are with the Shaykh Abdul Muhsin. So are you with Shaykh Abdul Muhsin now? No. Because Shaykh Abdul Muhsin hasn't refuted Ma'rabi. So who are you with now then? So you are neither with Shaykh Rabi', nor are you with Abdul Muhsin. Who are you with? Except your own hawa. You are with your hawa and your desires, because you are people of desires. Neither are you with Abdul Muhsin, nor are you with Shaykh Rabi', nor are you with Shaykh al-Fawzan, nor are you with Luhaydan, nor are you with Ubaid al-Jabri, nor are you with Muhammad bin Hadi. Who are you with? With your own hizb. And you are with the whisperings of shaitan. So now they say, we are with Shaykh Abdul Muhsin in the issue of Ali Hassan. So are you with Shaykh Abdul Muhsin in the issue of Ma'rabi? No. Who are you with? Well, we see errors. So are you with Shaykh? No. Because they could never be with Shaykh Rabi'. Right? So who are they with? With Hawa. Abdul Muhsin said a word that agreed with their desires. Abdul Muhsin did not speak from desires. Shaykh Abdul Muhsin, Hafidhahullah, he made ijtihad based upon what he held to be the truth. And the alim who makes ijtihad and he is erroneous is rewarded with one reward. I am certain that he was mistaken in the issue of Ma'rabi. In fact, they are certain now that he was mistaken in the issue of Ma'rabi. That's why they won't quote Abdul Muhsin now in the issue of Ma'rabi, because they have declared Ma'rabi to be a deviant. Ashab Luton, Ashab Brixton, those guys in Manchester who were doing telelinks with him and so on. Now what do they say? Yeah, Ma'rabi is deviated. Khalas, Ma'rabi is deviated. Who told you that? Abdul Muhsin? No. Shaykh Rabi? Don't say Shaykh Rabi. Because Shaykh Rabi told you that in the first place and you rejected him. You went to Sheikh Rabi's house, two of them. Went to Sheikh Rabi's house, one from Luton and one from Green Lane. In 2002 or 2003. And Sheikh Rabi told you about Ma'rabi. What did you say? We are with Sheikh Abdul Muhsin. 12 years later or 13 years later, you sit in Luton and you say, no, we realize Ma'rabi was wrong. So does that mean Abdul Muhsin was wrong? Will they say that now? Then they say, no. In the issue of Ali Hassan, we are with Ma'rabi. You've done the same thing again. Same thing that you did with Abu Hassan Ma'rabi, you have now done with Ali Hassan. Why? Because there is a disease in their hearts. There is a disease in their hearts. They are neither with Rabi' nor with Abdul Muhsin, nor with Ubaid al-Jabari, nor with Muqbil bin Hadi, nor with Muhammad Aman, nor with Fawzan, nor with Luhidan, nor with Abdullah al-Bukhari, nor with Muhammad bin Hadi. They are not with anyone. They are with their hawa. That's who they are with. And they will proceed upon that unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides them and they become sincere and return to the truth. These are people who just follow hawa. Barakallahu feekum. As for the accusation, where did they get this from? We are not. You are not with Fulan and you are not with Fulan. Kadhabeen. Kadhabeen. Subhanallah. Liars. The brothers at Maktabatu Salafiyya, and inshallah all of the brothers in this masjid, those who attend and those who are steadfast, then they are with the truth. And if the truth is with Sheikh Rabi, they are with Sheikh Rabi'. If the truth is with Muqbil bin Hadi, they are with Muqbil bin Hadi. If the truth is with Muhammad bin Hadi, they are with Muhammad bin Hadi. If the truth is with Fawzan, they are with Fawzan. If the truth is with Abdul Muhsin, they are with Abdul Muhsin. If the truth is with Ahmed Najmi, they are with him. If the truth is with Zayd al-Madkhali, they are with him. Because it is the truth that we are interested in. Barakallahu feekum. Unlike them, who are just interested in hawa. One day they are sitting with a bunch of singers who rap, sing hip-hop songs and sing songs and call to concerts and so on. The next day they are sitting with magicians. The next day they are sitting with the Shia. The next day they are sitting with Sufis. The following day they are sitting with Deobandis. Wherever the money takes them, they will go. As a PhD research student, Kafira, non-Muslim woman, she said that she interviewed so-and-so from one of these groups. She said that after interviewing him and speaking to some of the mosques that invite him, one of the committee members of that mosque said that so-and-so from their group, that he does not even come out of his house unless he is offered over £700 to do a 1-hour lecture. These people don't do talk. You think that these conferences that they go to in London, in Manchester, in America, you think they do it for da'wah? It's money. You think Al-Maghrib Institute is based upon the da'watul anbiya wa rusul? You think that their da'wah is the da'wah of the prophets? This is a money-making organization. If there was no money in it, Al-Maghrib Institute would not exist. If there was no money in it, Al-Kawthar would not exist. If there was no money in it, this Abu Usama would probably be a traffic warden. It's money that drives them. They don't come out of their houses unless there is something of money that is involved, finances. That's why when you go to you want to sign on to a course for a week or 2 weeks, they say, right, there's a weekend course with Al-Maghrib in Birmingham. You think, oh, right, what are we going to learn? They're going to teach you the laws, I don't know, of janazah. Say, okay, good. Then you go online, they say, yes, all you have to do is make sure you got your debit card ready because it's going to cost you £75 for 2 days. So you go there for 2 days and they misguide you. But don't worry, you paid for it. It's your own fault. It's your own fault. Because you don't listen.